What if Ben 10 ended up in the Naruto universe? There's a lot to unpack here. In this video, we're going to talk about whether the Omnitrix can scan a ninja, and if Ben could get cool ninja abilities like Sharingan, Byakugan, or maybe something completely new. Hi, my name is Wiki. Welcome to my channel. What Ben 10 can scan, or can't scan, is a huge debate among Ben 10 fans. So, we need to dig a little deeper in this video. In the first chapter, we'll look at ninja biology and origin, what's really powering ninjas in Naruto. In the second chapter, we'll break down what the Omnitrix actually scans and the rules behind those scans. And finally, we'll try to answer the big question. Can Ben scan a ninja, and if he can, what would his transformation look like? In the Naruto world, this is how Chakra works.
Listen, I'll explain what Chakra is.
Chakra is the elemental life energy that is used to perform jutsu.
Huh?
The ninja arts combine physical energy from each cell in the body with mystical energy which is intensified through training and experience. When these two chakra mix, special hand signs allow the ninja to focus this combined energy for advanced jutsu.
No, you were just reading that whole thing!
Chakra is basically the fuel for ninjas. They have a physical network inside their body that lets chakra flow. Normal people, like Ben, don't have that since they come from a completely different universe. So, their bodies are physically different. But thanks to Kagaya Otsutsuki, the people of Earth learned to manipulate chakra. And those closer to her bloodline naturally have stronger chakra abilities. That's why many of the most famous clans Kekkei Genkai come from ancestors connected to Kagaya. For example, the Uchiha from Indra Otsutsuki, the Uzumaki and Senju from Ashura Otsutsuki, and the Hyuga from Himura Otsutsuki. Now, chakra itself isn't a mutation, but genetics play a huge role in a ninja's abilities. For example, Kekkei Genkai requires special genetics to appear naturally.
You can't learn it. It has to be in your blood. In your genetic code passed down from generation to generation within a single clan.
Now, let's pay a visit to Ben 10 and the Omnitrix. There's always debate about what Ben can scan and what he can't. But for this situation, there are two main rules we need to remember. Rule number 1. The Omnitrix can't include species that are already scanned. Rule number 2. The Omnitrix can't scan mutants. But here's the thing, those two rules aren't really rules. They're more like safety features. The Omnitrix doesn't scan the same species twice because it's designed to collect DNA from different life forms. Once a species is in the database, that's it. No duplicates. Now, ninjas are still technically human, which puts us in a bit of a gray area. This is where the second safeguard comes in. Ninja genetics are slightly different from normal humans in other worlds. Their chakra networks and Kekkei Genkai traits are tied directly to their DNA. So, compared to a normal human, a Naruto ninja could be seen as a tiny mutant. But here's the catch. The Omnitrix doesn't let Ben scan mutants. That's because most mutants aren't cool, powerful beings. They're usually unstable. Their DNA mutates in ways that can actually harm them. For example, take Bailey Hoskins, also known as Exceptional, from Marvel. His power lets him blow himself up once. Because his ability kills him. Not exactly ideal. But in the Naruto universe, their powers are stable, well, unless you overuse them. Then you might end up in the hospital for a week, or worse, grow an extra arm. You know, normal Naruto stuff. The reason the Omnitrix doesn't let Ben scan mutated creatures is to protect the user from unstable DNA. But in this scenario, Ben might be able to scan a ninja from the Naruto world. Even if the Omnitrix tried to block it, adult Ben, who has completely mastered the device, could probably override that safeguard without breaking a sweat. So that brings us to the next question, what would Ben's transformation actually look like? I think it would still resemble Ben's human form but with a more advanced battle suit design. Personally, I'd imagine a mask similar to Kakashi's, and maybe the Omnitrix symbol either on the headband or the belt. It just fits perfectly. Now let's talk chakra. Compared to other ninjas, Ben would probably have a massive chakra reserve, maybe even rivaling a tailed beast. Because normal ninjas have to rely on their internal chakra, but Ben's transformation, like his other alien forms, would draw power directly from the Omnitrix's energy source. Basically, he'd never run out of chakra unless he forgot to recharge his watch. Now, let's talk about Kekkei Genkai. Would Ben actually possess one? Honestly, I don't see a reason why he wouldn't. The Naruto series has tons of Kekkei Genkai, but most of them trace back to Kaguya Otsutsuki's descendants. So, if Ben's Omnitrix scanned a ninja, it might technically include those genetic traits. That means, in theory, Ben could have multiple transformations, one for each Kekkei Genkai. But that's not very realistic for the Ben 10 theme. The Omnitrix is built to give one transformation per species, not a full subscription plan. So, it's more likely Ben would unlock just one high-level jutsu ability, something like the Sharingan or Byakugan. Or maybe both. Imagine Ben with the Sharingan in one eye and the Byakugan in the other. Or, if the Omnitrix really wanted to show off, maybe a Rinna Sharingan, the ancestor of both. Yeah, at that point even Madara might start sweating. When it comes to power levels, Ben's transformation would easily surpass any ninja in the Naruto universe, even Naruto himself. And no, that's not me glazing Ben 10, it's just facts. This wouldn't be the first time one of Ben's transformations ended up being the strongest of its kind. The Omnitrix doesn't just copy DNA, it optimizes it. So, if Ben scanned a ninja, his version would probably be a perfected form, stronger, faster, and way more efficient than any naturally born shinobi. Basically, imagine Naruto at full power, and then imagine the Omnitrix saying, "Okay, but what if we made it better?" Now, let's head into another corner of this theory, the Otsutsuki. The Otsutsuki are an ancient, godlike alien clan that travels across the cosmos, consuming the life force of planets to gain power. Basically, space vampires, but with better hair. So, what if Ben scanned one of them? Since Kaguya Otsutsuki managed to have children with a human, we can confirm they definitely have DNA. That means the Omnitrix could easily scan an Otsutsuki without any issues. And this time, there's no mutant problem. They're aliens, exactly what the Omnitrix was built to handle. So if Ben ever scanned an Otsutsuki, we might be looking at one of the most powerful transformations in the entire Omnitrix lineup. So, what would Ben's transformation look like if he scanned an Otsutsuki? Considering the Omnitrix doesn't just copy DNA, it edits it to create the strongest and healthiest version possible, Ben's transformation would easily surpass any Otsutsuki we've seen so far. He'd probably be closer to Shirbai Otsutsuki, the god-tier being who ascended beyond physical form. But since this is Ben 10, the Omnitrix would still give him a physical body, just a perfect one. Imagine a white and gold armor pattern, glowing markings across his arms, and the Omnitrix symbol shining like a divine seal. Basically, a mix between Shirbai and Alien X, but with Ben's classic green twist. If that version ever showed up, even the Otsutsuki might start asking for his DNA. I don't think we need to go too deep into Ben's transformation details. You can probably imagine how overpowered that would be. And just to be clear, this isn't any kind of disrespect toward Naruto. Both Ben 10 and Naruto are incredible series, each with their own world building and creativity. Before we wrap up, you probably already know there's a brand new Ben 10 comic series coming next year, and honestly, I can't wait to see what they do with it. Anyway, sorry for taking so long to post. I've been really busy with my game development journey, but I'll be documenting all of that on my other channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.